So we're gonna run through the women's US Open 2025 bracket with our picks, provide some reasoning, did some research, put together some stats, head-to-head records, top 10, top 20 records, hard court ratings, and just the US Open past history. So let's dive in. We'll go quarter by quarter, try and go as quick as possible while still providing some insights. So obviously, Sabalenka, don't think I need to really explain too much why. Number one seed for a reason. Here, I like Kurmatova, slightly better hard court index rating. Next, Buskova versus Giacomo. Buskova is definitely the better hard court player, and she's made it past the first round the last 3 years. So we'll continue. I expect her to continue to do the same. I don't know the qualifiers, but like Leylah Fernandez, she's also beaten Cell4, so it could be interesting if they play in the third, but she should cruise against her the qualifiers. Mertens is super consistent. I feel like she doesn't lose to anybody ranked below her. Expect her to win that first round matchup. Yeah. Liu's Sun versus Osorio. I feel like Liu's Sun had her Cinderella run at Wimbledon 2 years ago. And since then, she's just been all right. And I would say Osorio is the better hardcore player in terms of their ELO. And here, honestly, I don't love Buxa in this. I don't know the qualifiers, but I could see them advancing. So for the sake of an upset, yeah, Oliver Towson's interesting. Towson's been really good, especially on hard courts. Has had a lot of success in the first round here. Had success against good elite players. Not that Ayala hasn't, but I feel like Towson should be expecting to make a little bit of a run in this tournament. Obvious reasons Rybakina here. This matchup is just whatever. I'll take Vanzetti, but I think whoever wins that's going to lose to Rybakina. Decent draw for Emma here. She's been playing really well of late. Think she could go on a run here. So we like Emma, and Veronica has also been playing well recently. Very sneaky though. She's only made it past the first round one time at the US Open in 6 attempts. So she played well recently, and obviously she's going up against a qualifier. So I assume that she should move on. But it's not like she's had a great track record here. Moving on, Kessler, I like in this matchup. She's 1-0 against Lynette on hard courts. And Lynette hasn't had a great success here. 4 to 10 times she's moved on past the first round and never made it past the third. Vondrousova, high ceiling. You don't really know what you're going to get, but I expect to get enough to move on from one. Sasnovich versus Jovic. Honestly, it should be a good match. They're pretty consistent or pretty even in terms of their ratings on hard courts. I'll go Jovic though. It's on US soil. And then Paolini circling back up. I like Paolini in here. Jovic has played her once before and she lost 3 sets on hard court. Paolini's pretty consistent, so we'll take her. I like Kessler here. Androsova has beaten her before, but I don't know. I don't know. Actually, we'll switch it up. We'll go with Vondrousova. I like Raducanu here since Kudermetova hasn't had the best track record, and I think Emma's playing really well. I like Rybakina for obvious reasons. Towson against, because I don't even know who. Mertens super consistent. Fernandez versus Buskova. Don't really always know what you're going to get with either of them. I just feel like Leylah should win this. She played really well at, was it DC? She actually won DC. And yeah, she should be able to win that match. And then Sabalenka. And Fernandez has beaten Sabalenka before. So she's 1-0 against her. It was in 2021. And since then, Sabalenka has become a much better player. I don't see Sabalenka losing. And I like Mertens here. I think this is close. She's 1-0 against Towson on hard courts. I just think she's really steady. And yeah, I'm gonna take her there. Rybakina versus Raducanu, great matchup. Rybakina, when she puts it together, it looks unbeatable and can do like impressive things, play great tennis. But she's all over the place a lot of the time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm an Emma fan too, so it's like I want her to win this matchup, but I actually think that she can. Once the rally goes beyond 5 shots, it goes into her favor. And if she serves well, that's the key. If she serves well, I think she should win this. And then on the bottom, I expect Paolini to win. Like I think she has an easier time to get there. And again, she just really steady as well. Doesn't really lose to anybody that's worse than her, similar to Mertens or is it, yeah, Paolini. She's only made it past the fourth round but she's never made it past the fourth round. That's her high. She's only made it past the first round 2 out of 5 times. Not a great record against top 10 players either. I don't think she's gonna go super deep in this tournament, but making the fourth round feels right. Expect Emma to win this and to play Sabalenka, and that sets up our rematch where Sabalenka's won the last 2 meetings at Wimbledon and at Cincinnati in really close matches. We'll circle back here because I haven't made my mind up. Pegula over Sheriff. Pegula's done great at the U.S. Open, and yeah, I started up Stefa versus Blinkova. Blinkova's never made it past the first round in 7 tries, so for that reason, we're gonna pick against her. Azarenka has a phenomenal track record here. 17 appearances, 16 times she's made it past the first round, 3-time runner-up. I know she's getting older, but yeah, she's got the track record. A very high-level matchup right here. A featured one is Pavlenchuk. I don't think I can really even say her name that well, but Pavlyuchenkova versus Yastremska. Big Yastremska fan. I feel like it's always on her racket, and she swings really hard. When she's on, she can beat anybody. When she's off, obviously, can lose to anybody, and you just never know what version you're going to get. With that being said, she 2-6, or 2 times has advanced past the first round in 6 appearances, where Pavlyuchenkova is 12 out of 15. Her last round one loss came in 2018. Like, she's got the consistency there, and she's 1-0 against Yastremska. So don't love picking against Yastremska because I think she's a really talented player, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I like Samsonova here. She's consistent as well. Yeah, honestly, gonna take the qualifier. Doesn't I think they're gonna lose anyways. Here I like Sremkova. Lead doesn't have. She's 1-3 in the first round, and I like Belinda Bencic. Well, I'm a Navarro fan, and that's not been fun recently. I could see her losing this match, but we're gonna take her. She's only made it past the first round 1 time in 3 attempts. And it was last year, and she made the semifinals. Ton of points to defend. She lost 5 of her last 6 matches, and Wings made it past the first round 4 to 5 times. I just can't not pick her, but if you're gonna look for an upset, like sneaky, good one to pick right there. I like the Katie McNally return. Um, yeah, Danilovic versus Uchijima. Danilovic leads that dead 1-0. I really don't know. I feel like this is pretty even. She didn't look great in mixed doubles. Granted, it's mixed doubles, but I'll take her. And then I like Mboko here. It's also a high level matchup, like tough draw. She hasn't played since she won Montreal or Toronto, which I get them mixed up, but since she won the Canada 1000. Um, yeah, she's playing really right now. I like Ostapenko here. Townsend, both Townsend and Ruzic are similar, and their hard court stats to take Townsend, even though she's got a losing record in the first round, but she's American, and we'll just stick with it. Potapova's 2-0, so in this head-to-head, we'll take her. And I like Mira Andreeva here. I like Andreeva again. I like Ostapenko. Mboko is going to go on a run. I'm going to take Mboko to win whoever wins this, but we'll go Navarro. I could very easily see it being Wing. I don't think McNally or Teichmann will reach the third, but whatever. Bencic so steady. Let me see if I can find it. She made the third round or farther every time that she's advanced past the first round, and she's done that 7 of 8 times. So we like that. I like Samsonova here. We're gonna go with Azarenka. She's 7-2 versus Pavlyuchenkova, 5-1 on hard court. So favorable matchup for her. I know she's older now, but they're both older. And then Pegula. I like Samsonova here just because of the head-to-head. She is 5-1 versus Bencic. So we'll ride with that. Yeah, and Boko and Navarro there. And I honestly like Mira. She's been a little up and down, but Ostapenko is just interesting. Yeah, it's just tough to pick her to go far in the tournament. And then here, I like Mboko and I like Jess. And let's see, getting here, I might circle back to it because I'm not fully positive, but I still think I like Jess. I know Mboko's playing very well, but Jess has a winning record against everyone in the top 15 except for Sabalenka, Alexandrova, and Keys. And I know Mboko's not in the top 15, but yeah, I still feel like she's, oh, I lied. Also, she's 5-6 versus Iga, but that's pretty good considering. Yeah, I'll circle back there in the quarters. Continuing Keys, obvious reasons. Whereas Kvitova down here, Kvitova's made it past the first round 14 out of 16 times. No, she also, her last round one loss was in 2011. 12 straight times she's won in the first round, but she's only played 8 matches this year and she's lost 7 of them. Still gonna take her. I don't know. We'll take the call. I don't think it matters. Kostyuk versus Bolter, exciting match. Both are pretty similar, making it past the first round most of the time here, but their high is the third round. Kostyuk has not been good against top 20 players, 3-12 in the last 52 weeks. And granted, Bolter's not a top 20 player, and Kostyuk's been dealing with a little bit of a wrist injury, but I think Kostyuk is the better player, so I will take her. Neskova has only made it past the first round actually one time in 3 attempts here, but I think she's a solid player. Take Evelize here. Cirstea is definitely the better hardcourt player according to the ELO rating. And Venus Williams versus Karolina Muchova. It's gonna be an exciting match for sure. Just Venus playing is great for tennis in the nicest way possible. I don't think she has a chance of winning this match. So Venus has made it past the first round 21 to 24 times. So when you hear that, you're like, pretty crazy, very impressive. She's won it twice, runner up 2 times, semifinals 5 times. However, her last 3 times playing in the US Open, she's lost in the first round. And the last time she's advanced past the first round was in 2019. She's not getting any younger or better. And she only played 3 matches this year. So she's probably not going to win this. And Mukova has made the semifinals the last 2 years playing here. So yeah, keeping on going. Kasatkina hasn't had the best of years and very average, it feels. I feel like she hasn't made it too deep in any big tournaments, but I think she advances here. Take Rakimova, but I don't think whoever wins that loses anyways. Baptiste for Siniakova. Baptiste is 0-2 in the first round. Siniakova is only 4-10. I'll take Baptiste. She's having a solid year. And Osaka actually has a great draw here. 7 of 8 times made it past the first round. She's obviously won it twice. Round 3 or farther 6 times. Granted, it hasn't been since 2021, but she looked good recently. I'll take Fretch, but yeah. Stearns. I honestly like who's this Manarino here. Vekic is 5-10 in first round appearances and has a losing record this year. Like she has not been playing great after having a solid year the year before. And obviously Coco again. We'll go Stearns, set up the matchup, and Coco is going to keep cruising even with the serve issues and hiring a new coach. Osaka has a great draw. I think she can make a run. Kasatkina. Kova's also got a solid draw. We're gonna switch it up. We'll go with the upset. At least I don't really have a ton of like stats or reasoning behind it. I feel like Noskova is someone that like when I pick, she loses, and when I pick against, she wins. So probably be wrong, but that's what I feel like. Kostyuk and Keys. I think he's set up to make a pretty solid run as well. Like he's there, like Mukova, I like Osaka and Gauff. This is where it gets interesting. So as well as Osaka can play, don't think she will advance here. I think Coco's got too much grit. Like respectfully watching Osaka play in the final in Canada against Mboka, felt like she gave up. I'm not saying that's what she would do here, but like Coco's not going to give up. And I think that suits her better. And then we get the matchup with Keys. Oh, actually, quickly, Keys fared versus, yeah. Actually, I take it back. Let's go with Makova. I don't know. I'm going back and forth. We'll go back to Keys. Except All American quarterfinal. Anisimova here, like that. My joint's been playing great this year on hard courts. I'll take Collins. Kenin, 6 out of 9 times made it past the first round. Kruger's just 1 for 4. Last time Kenin lost in the first round was 2017. So just more stable. Donmai versus Sonny Kartal. Donmai is the same type of player that every time I pick her to win, she loses. Every time I pick her to lose, she wins. Kartal leads the head-to-head 1-0 on hard court, 6-2, 6-1 at Indian Wells this year. Yeah, I'm gonna take her. I had the run in Paris, but I yeah, the numbers say Glubik's a better hard court player, so we're gonna take that. And Sakari not having the greatest year, but better hard court player and has made it past the first round more times in less attempts. Svitolina, phenomenal draw. I think she's gonna cruise. Another kind of marquee matchup that's maybe not going to get talked about a lot is Alexandrova versus Sevastova. Alexandrova's made it past the first round 7 of 8 times. Sevastova's made it past 7 of 9 times. Alexandrova hasn't made it past the third round though, and Sevastova's made the semifinals, but back in 2018. And then she also made the quarterfinals twice before that, 2016, 2017. And she's 2-2 against top 20 players recently. I think I'm gonna go with Alexandrova, but it's a matchup that could be troublesome. I feel like it's probably not gonna get a lot of attention, just long names to pronounce, but could be a really good match. Like Wang here, Bill Hyde's 1-5 in the first round, and Wang has the head-to-head 1-0 on hard courts already. This one's kind of a pick 'em, and take Zakharova, but I think they're gonna lose anyways. Schneider versus Siegemund, also an underrated matchup. Siegemund actually leads the head-to-head 2-0 on hard court. Both wins in 2023 in straight sets. Schneider has made it past the first round and her only other appearance here. And Siegemund's only made it past the first round 2 times in 8 appearances. So not a great track record, and she's never made it past the second round. Schneider should win this match. Like she really should. But like yeah, I'm saying don't be shocked if she loses. But yeah, I feel like I gotta take it. Kalinskaya has been playing great. Easy. Kuntsev 2-0 against Chris Ureta. Decent track record here for making it past the first round too. Layman's, and then Iga's got a great quarter. Iga's going to keep rolling. Kalinskaya, good matchup here. Schneider, just I think the winner of that will win that. And Alexandrova, love Svitolina here. Take Kartal. We'll go Kenin. And Anisimova. Actually, we're going to switch. We're going to go Collins. Anisimova. I feel like Collins played well in mixed doubles. Svitolina is going to make it far here. And Alexandrova is so hit or miss. I could really see Sevastova being at this far. I can see like this is a chaotic section. And we're gonna go with Alexandrova. Yeah. And we're gonna take Iga, even though it is 1-1 head-to-head. It's just Iga's playing so well. And we're gonna take Iga again. And I like Svitolina to be Anisimova. Anisimova's ceiling is so high, but she can be inconsistent. And Svitolina, I don't know if I talked about her much already. She's made it past the first round, 9-11 appearances. She's made the semifinals before. She's advanced to the third round or farther every single time since 2015. That's so impressive. She's 17-25 against top 10 players. So slightly losing record, but I don't know what Anisimova. Let's see what's Anisimova. Oh, she's 1-4 against Svitolina. Yeah, we're gonna take Svitolina. And then I like Iga. Going up to the other quarterfinals, Gauff versus Keys. Let's see. Bear with me for 1 second as I try and recover document I was looking at. So let's see, Keys versus Gauff head to head. Gauff is even 3-3. Uh, take Keys. I feel like Coco's serve. I just don't know what to expect. I think Keys has a slightly better draw. Keys versus Iga set up a rematch of the Australian Open semifinal too. And then over here, Mboko versus Pegula. And at the top, Raducanu versus Sabalenka. I feel like it's hard not to take Sabalenka. As much as I want Raducanu's Cinderella run, I feel like we got to go Sabalenka in the quarters. And then here, I think Pegula, she certainly had an up and down year, but I think she's got a solid draw. And we're gonna take her to make the run. Sabalenka, this is a rematch of the final, so we're gonna take Sabalenka. We're not gonna get the Alcaraz Sinner final, but we're gonna get the Sabalenka Świątek final. And Iga leads the head-to-head 8-5. We get a breakdown of hard courts. It's 3-3. We'll go with Sabalenka. Feels like only Feng. She's the number one, and she wins one Grand Slam.